I accidentally found my stepmom's Reddit account and was shocked to see the negative things she wrote about me and my siblings. It hurt to read her hurtful comments and it made me so angry that I even cried. I just needed to get it off my chest. My dad has been married to my stepmom for 5 years. He and my mom got divorced when my little brother was 2, but they get along well and co-parent us without any issues. I have a 17-year-old sister and a 16-year-old brother, and I'm 25. My dad and stepmom also have a 3-year-old son together. I came across her Reddit account by accident. I only found it because I let her use my computer when I'm away on weekends, and she forgot to log out of her email. When I unexpectedly returned home during the week and saw her email still open, I was tempted to close it, but then I noticed that all her replies were from a step-parent subreddit. My curiosity got the better of me, even though I knew it was not right to snoop. The first thing I saw was her latest post, where she shared private details about my life on a random subreddit, criticizing my choices and even lying to get support from others. She also has posts expressing happiness when my siblings are not at home. My sister looks up to her, but her comments show she's eager for them to turn 18 and move out so she can have the house to herself, along with my dad and her toddler. It seems she doesn't see me and my siblings as her family. The person in question has been making a lot of comments suggesting that it's acceptable not to love stepchildren because they are not considered part of the family. They also express frustration over the presence of a teenager in the house and eagerly look forward to when everyone leaves so that the father can be with his real family. The thing that bothers her the most is having to learn sign language for my little sister. I always found it odd that SM still struggles with sign language, but now I realize that she never really made an effort to learn. My sister always mentioned that sign language can be challenging for many people, so I never brought it up. However, now I understand that she considered it foolish to learn how to communicate with my sister, who always tried to help her. I was taken aback by the bitterness she harbors whenever my father spends time with me and my sister. Her jealousy towards us is so evident that it repulses me. It's disheartening to know that many people have expressed similar feelings about their stepdaughters, to the extent of sexualizing things and making unspeakable remarks that I don't even want to repeat here. I am constantly infuriated by my stepmother's insincerity. It irks me to see her leave false comments about me on social media, implying that I don't contribute at home. In reality, I helped my dad with bills, did my chores, and even offered to babysit my half-brothers numerous times so they could have a night out. However, she always declines my offers. It's frustrating to see her portray me in a negative light. I've been staying at my dad's place, mainly on weekends, while attending the police academy during the week. I find it unjust that she's making me out to be someone I'm not. I was advised by my father to move back in with him so that I could have a shorter trip home from the academy on Friday nights. However, someone has been making inappropriate insinuations about my relationship with my father, suggesting that it's not normal for me to hug him while taking a nap, and implying that I should know my place, because he's my father. I am truly appalled by these comments. I've saved the posts and comments, including some from years ago, and I'm prepared to use them if necessary. I need to remember the following text, comments. Comment 1, I should show my dad. Her posts. Comment 2, I should show your father what she thinks of you all because once you're all eventually out, she's going to work twice as hard to keep it that way and isolate him. Update 1, I decided to delete the post because for now, I can't tell anyone what happened. I'll be stuck in the academy until Friday morning. I shouldn't even be using my cell phone now. Someone with too much free time shared the situation in that step-parent subreddit to warn my SM. I've got screenshots of everything, including a video clearly showing that it's her email in the comments. If she comes across that post, what will she do? Delete her account. I already have the evidence. But I don't want my siblings to find out before I talk to them, and I know those kinds of posts often end up on TikTok accounts that re-upload without permission. So, I'd rather delete the post to avoid drawing more attention to it. Even though my siblings don't use Reddit or that kind of content, I'm considering posting in that sub again after talking with my family. I hope Redditors can keep the post a secret for now, but I know they probably won't. Being a stepmom is tough. Feeling like you're having a hard time is one thing, but it's completely different to express negative feelings about your stepdaughter being around her father in a public post. It's not the same as saying being a step-parent is stressful as it is to say that teaching sign language to the girl is unnecessary because I won't see her after she turns 18. Some people even complained about me hugging my dad, but I also took naps hugging my mother or my siblings. I'm sorry for having a loving family that's not inappropriate. Maybe next week, I'll be able to give an update, as the academy keeps me working almost all day. I found this post on TikTok already, so I hope my siblings won't see it on their For You page. As soon as something is posted on one platform, it quickly makes its way to TikTok. I wanted to give you all a quick update. Even though I haven't talked to my dad yet, I did speak with my siblings and mom. I told my dad that I was staying at a friend's house when I went to my mom's place and told her everything. She's not familiar with Reddit because it's not widely used here, but I translated the comments and posts for her. I showed her the videos and she was really upset. I had to explain to her that, the M, in the comments stands for, biological mother. The first time I read that, it also confused me, especially with SM. My stepmom, SM, was making comments and posts complaining about my mom, even though they've always had a good relationship. It turns out that my SM was lying about my mom being difficult. No one in the comments called her out, and instead, they supported her and suggested she move far away from my mom and us kids. When I talked to my brother about it, he was also upset and said that she was being fake. He'd seen her ignore my sister and pretend not to see or hear her many times. He also found it odd that my SM hadn't learned sign language yet, since my siblings and I spend a lot of time at my dad's house, and using sign language would be easier if she used it every day. Even my dad offered to pay for her classes, but she said she didn't have time. We talked to my brother to see if he had noticed anything strange, and he told us that our stepmother doesn't let him take care of our younger brother. She also doesn't let me take care of him, but she allows our sister to do so. Apart from that, she has never treated him badly. When I talked to my sister about this, she was really upset, especially because of the hurtful things our stepmother said about me. It's ironic how the hurtful comments about me affected my sister and the hurtful comments about my sister affected me. My sister noticed something that I didn't. Almost all of our stepmother's comments were criticisms of me, my sister, and even our mother. But she has only criticized my brother for having sleepovers or coming home late from hanging out with friends. She has criticized our clothing, lied about things in my life, admitted that she doesn't like it when we hug our father, and said we're too clingy. She has also spoken badly about our mother, and so on. My sister thinks it's sexist and that maybe our stepmother has some mental issues. My sister has always believed that our stepmother simply couldn't hear her properly and didn't understand her. She used to think that it was her own mistake and that our stepmother was making an effort to learn, but now we know that's not true. Our stepmother was never interested in learning. It makes me angry to write this again, sorry. My mom said she was planning to talk with both of them. She's really upset because even though SM can post anonymously, the stuff she says is twisted and my mom doesn't want my siblings around someone like that. I get that being a stepmom can be tough, but there's a big difference between venting and calling my stepsister names just because she and my younger sister wear bikinis at the pool. SM's been leaving these kinds of comments for years now and it's messed up. We're all going to talk to our dad about it and show him everything, probably tomorrow since I have to leave for the academy on Monday. I can't believe my ex-girlfriend is spreading lies about me on social media just for attention. I'm not sure if she's delusional or if she has a compulsive lying problem. I want to check her email, but I'm worried she'll get a notification since I closed the account last time. Update 3. Over the weekend, I had a conversation with my father, who is currently staying at my mother's house. The situation is quite complex because my half-sibling is also involved. During the weekend, I visited my father's house and the first thing I did was have a private conversation with my stepmom. I told her that I had come across her Reddit account and that I planned to discuss it with my dad. She mentioned that I shouldn't judge her for using it as her diary. I insisted that her Reddit account is not a private diary but rather a platform where she airs her problems and fabricates falsehoods publicly. I expressed my concern about what would happen if someone else discovered her account. Would they believe all the falsehoods she has spread? If her true identity got exposed by someone else, it would cause problems for me, and I could even be expelled from the academy. I stressed the distinction between expressing stress and making baseless accusations about my stepsister's behavior around their father. I had a conversation with someone, and after our talk, they seemed upset and went to their room without talking to me. I spoke to my dad about it, and we looked at a bunch of social media posts and comments. There were a lot of really long and crazy comments, and it would have taken ages to read them all. It turns out the person I talked to is the type who shares a lot of personal information in their comments. My dad got upset because this person never showed any signs of being upset with us, and it would have been better if we knew how they felt about us. My father went to talk to my sister, who didn't want to discuss it and was mostly angry with me for invading her privacy. My father told her that she was crazy for thinking that my sister and I sexually provoked him and that he was astonished by the way she speaks about my sister and the joy she shows whenever my sister is in the hospital instead of at home. She seems to be eagerly anticipating the day when my sibling will no longer come home. My father told her that she knew that he was a father and that he would never leave us aside. She made a decision and chose to create an account to pretend to be a victim rather than talking about her problems. She mentioned that she needed to let off some steam, but he told her that venting is not the same as spreading falsehoods. Venting is not the same as expressing hatred towards your stepdaughters and saying terrible things about them. She could have talked about her feelings instead of lying. They argued a lot, but it didn't go anywhere because she kept defending herself, and my father finally told her that it was over. My mother told my father that she was not going to allow my sister and brother to be around a woman who is not well because no sane person thinks like that. Despite arguing a lot and trying to make her understand that what she did was wrong, she kept justifying herself all the time. My father came with us and told her that he would return every day just to see my brother, but that he no longer trusted her and never saw that side of her before. It's tough to realize that someone you trusted has been lying to you for so long. I was hoping for an apology, but it seems like she doesn't even think she did anything wrong. I used to be close to her and even shared things with her, so it's sad for me too. It's especially hard on my dad. One person replied, expressing shock and sympathy, suggesting that the stepmother might need professional help and that the whole family could benefit from therapy to deal with the trust issues that have arisen from this situation. Stay well, stay strong. Comment 2, I'm glad your dad supported you. I was kicked out of a step-parenting forum because some step-parents seemed angry and didn't like their step-kids at all. Yeah, I even had to delete my first post because I found out that someone in that forum had informed my stepmom about it. Hey everyone, it's time to get pumped up and show some love by hitting that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Don't forget to smash the bell icon to stay updated with all the thrilling content. Thanks a million for tuning in, I'm super stoked to see you in the next video. You all are awesome.